Hello, everyone.
Hi.
My name is Mandali, and I'm incredibly grateful today again to be with all of you, and honored to be with Oksun today, one of the leading sustainable designers in Korea and in the world, may I say. And Oksun is the creative director of the Open brand.
Thank you, Mandali. Hello, everyone. It's Oksan again. And first of all, I'm so happy to talk to Mandali today. And I also briefly introduce Mandali to you. She is an award-winning artist and fashion designer based in Belgium. Since founding Atelier Mendrilla, she has been pioneering earth-friendly and sustainable sculptural clothing. Fortunately, I was in the front row of her fashion show last Helsinki Fashion Week, and I loved her clothes with jingle bells on models' ankles, and it was so impressive. I was so looking forward to meeting her, and finally I meet her today.
Thank you so much for the wonderful introduction, Oksun.
Yeah.
So great.
And yeah, let me share our plan to our audience first. Yeah, Mandali and I are going to talk about sustainable fashion, especially each experience in each field. You know, Mandali is based in Belgium, and we are based in Korea. Mandali Mendrilla is couture, and Openplan is ready-to-wear. Still, both are pursuing sustainable fashion. We will naturally ask and answer each other and share ideas and thoughts during the session. And the entire session will be about 20 minutes. Shall we start now? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, what about starting with telling us your atelier process work with your customers? Because to me, couture is like a mysterious area where I hardly to reach. I think I've never heard about the behind the stories of couture. Can you tell me your stories?
I will be happy to share some insight into our work. Our atelier is a bit peculiar in a way that we've developed a special method of designing called the Couture, which besides the attention to, of course, the fit and expressing the essence of either a customer's being and story or a story that comes from our own inspiration into perhaps a collection or a sculpture. We also employ different. We work with different subtle sciences from the and like Vastu architecture and Ayurveda and such to harmonize different energies that are applied into the garments or the sculptures in order to most benefit the customer or the viewer or even the atmosphere and the world. Also, as we learn more and more and more, because it's a never-ending learning process actually, because the more you look at something, the more its complexity gets revealed and unlimited actually. Then the more we hone our craft, which has been really 30 years now in the making. It is a little bit.
Yeah, interesting.
Yes. Thank you for asking. I would like to actually now give the microphone to you and if you could perhaps reveal a bit about your thinking process when you're conceptualizing your new collection, how you approach it.
Well, I think I start a collection from inspiration by my life. It's mostly from my seeing, reading, and experiencing. Yes, it's too obvious, or I can say that I get well inspired my pictures. I mean, yeah, the pictures I took during travels or meeting friends or visiting somewhere memorable. For example, the coming collection, I started it from my pictures of past travel to Ireland. And the title of this collection is Along the Wind, because I could find the wind in the pictures, and I started to think about wind. And finally, I found the words wind, 바람, 펑, 뚫리, whatever we use. They have similar meaning for expecting or longing for social changes in many diverse cultures. And I felt it messaged to me about this year, especially this year, full of hatred and inequality around the world. But when I design with a concept, I don't want to express it directly. I think I'm trying to leave emptiness for audience. I just keep the concept in my mind and design. And I think it could be because of our aesthetic we pursue. You know, we are simple. Our style is simple. And I mean, to be simple, we have to reduce, and we have to be empty in some way. Yeah, that is my process, design. And yeah, compared to me starting design with my pictures I took, I know you start your design process with your poem, right? And yeah, your new collection will be about space. And could you tell me how the poem leads you to the design?
Thank you. A space collection is a continuation of an art installation, actually, called Time and Space, which was premiered actually at the show that you attended last year at the HFW. And it's an exploration into the two concepts that collide in our lives. And I really got inspired to start this art performance as my own exploration into these phenomena, because something quite interesting happened in my life over the last few years, in that three of very important mentors, both in my career and my inspirational life, left this world. So the time and space concept is very important in understanding this for me. And the collection explores also the essence of this time and space, which to me personally became a discovery, which would be actually love. It sounds simple, but I believe that love is the most complex and the most simple concept in the world. And then how that love relates to time and space. And, time is about duality and shortness. And is it a concept of our minds, or is it a real energy that works with us? How does it work? So just like you said, in order to express, because to me the whole world is actually like a huge poem in one sense. My own internal language is
Poem.
Yes. Then poems are a bit cryptic ways to express our feelings, our ideas, and they also like you expressed the space in your collections. They leave a lot of room for everyone to really interpret them in their own heart, in their own way. So that's how many of the mood boards in my collections begin with poetry and so with time and space. And actually the mood board of the space collection was all simply poems and colors.
Yeah, good.
So I would like you to explore a little bit considering the poetry of the world and considering the poetry of people, because you design for many people at the same time. How do you actually think about many people at the same time when you're designing a collection? That is very interesting to me.
Yeah, interesting question. I think, yeah, I design clothes for many people, but I think the true individuality comes from each person, not from fashion. I mean, even though many people dress in a certain style, nothing can be same, right? Because every person has different ideas and different point of views. And I don't like categorize a style a certain name on it. Just because someone wears certain items in a certain styles, certain way, it doesn't mean a certain style to me. I don't want the fashion industry to make people consume fashion in this way. So for me, value or message are more important than style now, I think. Not only fashion industry, but also all industries on this planet, we are facing a huge global issues of the climate crisis. So I think we should talk about what role should fashion play in this era. What's created in the name of beauty is eventually going to landfill where we call Mother Earth, or incinerate into the air where we call Father Sky. We are all aware that fashion has a dirty label on it, but at the same time, I know the fashion is the one of the easiest and the fastest way to deliver message to people. So if we fashion take the lead in positive messages and the practical actions, I believe that fashion can talk and share better in creative ideas with many people. And I think this is the role given to fashion in this era. So to me, spread our message with our clothes to many people is so important. Yeah, I don't know it makes sense, but this is my answer. And yeah, I feel my talking went too heavy. Let me ask you something about happiness. What is the most joyful thing about your work? What do you love? Yeah.
Thank you for your question. I have two things that make me happiest about my work. The first one is these little tiny mini tears of joy that appear in the eyes of the customers or of people that experience the work. That is one of the most wonderful, when the heart is so touched that just little happy tears come out. And the second most joyful thing is simply the joy that I feel when designing and creating, and at the birth of something that is in the mind when it comes to life. So, okay.
Great to hear that about happiness and the joyful thing.
How about you? What is it that you find the most inspiring and happy in your work?
Well, basically, I can, similar, and I can feel like compassion to myself from pursuing sustainable fashion. At least I can say that. I don't ignore or I don't escape from many concerns on environmental, social issues anymore. This is the essential thing for me as a designer. And now I can work with many diverse people in different fields. I mean, the more we pursue sustainable fashion, the more new good people we can meet and work together. So in this year, thankfully, we could work with Seoul Eco Film Festival. And as a most recent collective project, we've been collaborating with WWF Korea under the theme of Retextile, which provides fashion designers with materials or production products that are no longer saleable in certain markets, so that designers can use the stock instead of new ones to reduce carbon footprint during developing their coming collection. And for this collaboration, we are preparing our first upcycling collection using IKEA's items that are no more available for sale in their shop. And for coming fall, I will participate in Sustainable Fashion Summit Seoul, which is organized Korean Ethical Fashion Network. It is still in the early stage of planning, so there's not much I can tell you, but it will mean something important to Korean fashion industry and to me as well. These are the most joyful and meaningful things in my job, in my work. And and it could be my last question for you. What is your question that you want to answer?
You mean in this interview?
You
mean something that I would like to talk about?
Right.
Something came to my mind actually just now. I wanted to perhaps speak a little bit about a very interesting thing that happened during the planning of the space collection. I received a scarf, a beautiful couture scarf from the last century, which was made in France, handmade and hand embroidered, and was owned by a sculptor who came from Bosnia, and she worked in Paris.
So many,
things, and she was exhibiting alongside with the Impressionists. I actually, through this scarf, I discovered her work, which is very powerful, yet carries a feminine energy at the same time. Beautiful combination. And this scarf came to me through a friend who appreciated my work and who was friends with the granddaughter of the sculptor.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of deciding to own that scarf, I decided to create an art piece with it, and that became the opening look of the collection.
Really?
Yes, the picture in a Vogue Britain that just came out with Evelyn Mora's interview. It's actually that scarf that became digitalized and came to life in such a most wonderful way, and I'm so excited to see it moving. And yeah, that was some peculiar, interesting thing that just happened. Direction. And now back to you. Is there something you would like to share? Something very special about your new project, or anything that comes to mind that you would like to share with everyone?
Yeah, exciting to see it in your digital show.
Yeah, how about your latest collection? Perhaps there's something special about some of the cloth that you used, or something you could share with us?
Yeah, for this collection, there is nothing too much special. I'm just we just keep our aesthetics through our collections, and we still pursue a plastic-free vegan collection. Yeah, so and this keep continuous is so important for us. And that is our collection will be premiered on coming Monday.
Mhm. And what is the predominant material that you used, actually?
For pursuing plastic-free vegan, we usually use regenerated and natural fibers such as tencel and organic cotton, linen, lamy, and cupro, that kind of fabrics. And we use no plastic zipper, no plastic button, only use nut buttons. And we try to reduce chemical things during the process. So we use plant dyeing materials, got certified, or non-dyeing materials as well.
Incredible. Isn't
Yeah.
this the actual very definition of luxury? This feeling of natural, this natural
Really?
feeling on your skin. I think natural materials and are the ultimate luxury, actually, because they feel best.
Yeah, right. Nature could be a luxury originally, isn't it?
Yes.
And yeah, I think we should. It's almost time, isn't it? And we have a question. When will you start your own talk show, Oksan? Yeah, I'm sorry. I had already in the first day of designer residency, and you can check it in Twitch or the link. Yeah, and yeah, it's too short to share or chat our things together, isn't it?
A bit, yes.
Yeah.
This is quite an interesting point about the talk show. I think you would be so good.
Uh, Talk show is different things. Yeah, I will think about, I will consider that my personal talk show. Yeah, Mandali, thank you so much. And hope to see you soon.
Yes, yes, me too. And I think in a few months we're going to have a physical event, hopefully.
Yes, right?
with this world situation. Yeah, we don't really know exactly when, but I'm always excited to really feel the work of each designer that presents in the venue physically. And I remember last time in Helsinki when I experienced your clothing, I just remember, right, even now my hands are still remembering that feeling.
Right.
That wonderful natural sensation that just
Mm.
wants to slide into into the garment, and also
Yeah.
materials that you presented, how you presented your brand. Everything just felt so clean.
Hmm.
You said minimalism was also part of your brand. How did
Yes.
you embark on that journey to be interested to live like that, to feel like that in your life? I
Yeah.
share love for minimalism as well, so it's really nice to meet another fellow minimalist.
Yeah. And yeah, talk next time.
Mhm.
Continue to keep in touch. And yeah, it's time to say goodbye, I think. Thank you so much. And
Right.
bye.
Bye. Bye.